Hello there, this is Tobin Adams, and in this video I'm going to explain what the difference is between a mortgage broker and a loan officer. But before I can do that, I've got to talk to you a little bit about what the mortgage process is like. There's actually a lot of people that work on a mortgage. It's very much kind of like an assembly line, kind of, like the way they have the, thing about like cars, and like one person does, one person puts the doors on, and another person puts the steering wheel on, and then someone else puts the mirror on it. It goes down, and by the end of the assembly line, it's all finished. Well, that's kind of similar to the way the mortgage industry works. There's a lot of people that work on a mortgage. So here's some examples. There's pricing analysts. They're kind of at the beginning. Those are the people that set the prices that the loan officers can offer to their clients. Once someone locks in a loan, there's a lock desk analyst that locks in that rate for them. Then there's loan processors that gather a lot of information, and when then they send the files over to the underwriters. There's also someone that gets involved that's a trader that sells the loans. There's a closing coordinator. There's also someone there's an appraisal coordinator that handles ordering and the scheduling for the appraisal. There's shipping clerks, post-closing coordinators, and some other people that work on a mortgage. Now, for a home buyer, the borrower, they usually only interact with at most two of them, the loan officer and the loan processor. There's two categories of lenders in America. The first one is called retail, and these are banks and large mortgage companies. These are the ones so I'm recording this video it's Sunday, February 11th, so the Super Bowl is going to start in a few hours, and I guarantee you when you watch the Super Bowl, there's going to be some mortgage companies that are advertising. These are retail lenders, and the thing that is about retail lenders is all of the people that work on that mortgage, all the jobs that I just mentioned, they all work directly for that bank or for that lender. Now, there is another category of lender out there, and those are called wholesale lenders. And what wholesale lenders do is they outsource the loan origination and sometimes the loan processing to mortgage brokers. When I'm a mortgage broker. And they do this for a couple of reasons. One, it means that these wholesale lenders, they don't have brick and mortar offices all across the country, so they don't have that cost overhead. And secondly, they don't advertise. They don't spend any money on advertising. So when we watch the Super Bowl or Grammys or TV or you're online, you're not going to see advertisers for wholesale lenders, because they deal directly with brokers, so they don't spend money on advertising, and they don't have that second overhead of all these offices all across the country. And so what that translates into is that a lot of times they have lower costs. They have lower, and that will get passed on to the buyer. And many times the best rate that you can get is going with a wholesale lender through a broker. So I'm a mortgage broker, but I'm also a loan officer. I originate loans through my brokerage company. Whereas if you deal with the loan officer at a bank at one of these retail lenders, then they work directly for them instead of a smaller company like a brokerage like myself. So that's the big difference between a loan officer and a loan officer and a broker. A broker generally owns its own, his or hers own brokerage, usually small company, and a loan officer is just the designation of the person that works with the buyer. They take in the application, they let the buyer know what they could qualify for, and then they let them know all the different mortgage products that they can choose from. So yeah, that's the difference between a broker and a loan officer. Hope that makes sense. If you got any questions, please post them in the comments below. And as always, if you could please subscribe to the channel, that'll help out a lot. Thank you, and best of luck on your home buying journey.